Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. What a day. Oh my God. This is November 6th, the day after the election, and Donald Trump won. And so we are hoping for moving forward for healing and unification. And we have quite an extraordinary group of people today. And those of you watching the replay, please play along with us on the exercises that I am, we are so fortunate to have. And it was so amazing that Dr. Marty was available the day after so that we can have a sort of a debriefing of the day after. I'm going to read a little bit about her bio so you get to know her. And then she's going to introduce Amanda, who is joined with us. She's our global priestess who's coming in from Australia or someplace. I mean, you're on the other side of the world, right?
Yeah, from the UK.
UK. Okay. And then I thought we'd take a few minutes just to kind of speak into the room, our presence of what's up for you, what's triggered for you, what's in your heart, and then we'll turn it over to Dr. Marty and she's going to lead
Well,
us in
that's
her.
all a part of my presentation. So you
Oh,
might
is it?
just turn it over to
Okay.
me as soon as you can.
Okay, then I will do that. Thank you. Very good. So, all right. So, Dr. Marty Casey, what a thrill to have you here with us. Um, she has a portfolio of contributions and a body of work that continues to evolve as she combines her passion of her arts with her compassion for her community. Dr. Casey asserts that hurt people and heal people. So she has set out to support individuals, families, and communities heal with the latest development of Ungun Institute, which focuses on disarming trauma in individuals to heal from collective trauma events which plague the Black communities. In addition, Dr. Casey has co-created the global observance of Black Sunday, SON Day, the inaugural event that took place August 9th, 2020, with more than 100 global networks and 50,000 viewers engaged in a 12-hour interactive presentation and discussion focused on implementing strategies and actions plans to rebuild and uplift the Black community. It is no wonder that Dr. Casey was chosen to cover and celebrate as one of the top 25 most influential businesswomen in St. Louis in 2020 by the St. Louis Business Journal. She has taken the stage in her city, nationally and internationally, playing the role of her lifetime, as evidenced by her philanthropy activism track record. For many years now, Dr. Casey has leveraged her passion for art, combined it with compassion for activism. In 2014, created the Show Me Arts Academy, serving as the founder and the artistic director, positively impacting the lives of more than 3,000 kids using arts to heal. Dr. Casey has built a fulfilling and impactful career and traverses entertainment, community service, an anointed singer, gifted actress, writer, producer, director, and all around great lady. No matter what she is wearing, her noteworthy goal is pointed to heal our community, to provide a response and outlet for inbred trauma. So thank you so much, Dr. Casey, for joining us. We're thrilled to have you here. I know it's a deep honor for me. I've been watching your work, and you are a global force to be reckoned with. So thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to let you take it away from here. And of course, we
Wow.
have also with us, our regular panel people, Diana and um, Kelly and Dan Morris, who will be chiming in with us as we go on this journey on the day after, as Dan says.
Woo, day after.
Yeah.
Tell you. Wow. First of all, Christy, I want to just honor this space and your brilliance to even bring us all into this space right now, even those who will watch the replay later. It is our hope that there's something that is said or suggested that will help you for the days to come, because this particular moment, this moment in history right now, um, is not an easy moment to digest. It's not. And it's not because you choose a winner or you choose a loser, because that's not really what's going on here. What's really happening is that we're seeing a nation be divided, a great nation be divided. And when you think about in history, all of the things that we stand for, and we say, united for all, it's as if those things are no longer standing in its truth. And so this is not easy for me to be in the room right now in this very moment to talk about healing. But the good news is because I live this every single day in helping others, I am just going to almost flow and move in the right spirit of who I am, whose I am, and why I am. And there's going to be some times that I'm going to put some things out there, and I'm going to ask you all to actually write that down, because as I pour out, there are just really some key things that will set you up and allowing you to go back and know how to activate from within your inner in order for you to create what it is you need to keep you emotionally safe. So I'm going to repeat that first part again. It is important today that we understand without a shadow of a doubt who we are, whose we are, and why we are. That's so important. And I have a special guest in the room today that is going to, she so graciously said yes to bring it in a poem. And before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and have her recite that now. Amanda Waring is so awesome and amazing. She had an opportunity to hear me speak at some point last year or earlier this year. And she said that she was inspired with the work that I do with Ungun Institute, which is my business. Ungun Institute is where we help individuals disarm from trauma. We are all about peace, but it starts with personal peace. And then it moves into the peace that we create within our families. And then our families create that peace within the communities. And it has to go in that order. It's self, it's family, it's community. Well, when Amanda heard me speak about Ungun, she said she got excited about just the word itself and what it meant. And she put it into one of her poetry pieces. And it's not the one you're going to hear today. However, she came into a room again to meet me just so she could recite that. And I was blown away by this lady's amazing, extraordinary talent. I don't think there's a subject matter that we could talk about that she doesn't have a piece of poetry as a soundtrack to go with the subject matter. And so at least that's what it's been like thus far since she and I have been connected. And one of the things that's special about Ungun Institute, because I am an artist, everything I do, it is connected to the art. Why? To the arts, because it is a safe place for us to be able to communicate, or how we communicate with one another through expression. I learned early on when I was touring in Germany and France that I didn't have to know the language of the countries that I was in. And just recently, I went to Spain and to Japan, same thing. The arts is the universal language that we all speak, even if you don't know the native tongue of what they're speaking. But if you can sing, if you can draw, if you can act out your emotions on the stage, it's something that just automatically is felt and connected to. And I don't think we're doing enough of that. I think we're so busy in textbook and we're just reading or reciting what we believe is our truth based off of something that we read. And that's so flat and dry to me. But I think when we can color it in through our expression, it pulls from a place from the inside that nothing else can. And so I'm excited for you all to have an opportunity to meet my friend, my sister, that I cannot wait to one day be in the same room with and just absolutely hug because she is truly, truly someone special to me. I bring to the stage in this moment Amanda Waring. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's such a beautiful introduction, and I'm honored to be asked to be part of this beautiful event. It's so important at this time as well. And to Christy, thank you. So I think what I wanted to bring in today was, I think the word is solace. It's a really beautiful word, solace. And my grandmother uh, was the one that gave me solace through my life. And many of you have seen Dr. Marty Casey's show as well, with the intergenerational healing. And I wanted to bring this particular poem through to you all to bring that sense of comfort and connection, and to the universal grandmothers that are weaving their golden thread through us all right now, reminding us that we're part of a bigger tapestry, that we cannot see the whole picture. But if we keep following that golden thread, if we keep trusting in the grandmothers, in the grandfathers, in our understanding of love in action, then we will find our peace in this magnificent tapestry. So this is called Grandmother's Song. I'm gonna blow a soul sound into you, child. I'm gonna blow a soul sound into your soul. I'm gonna weave the words that I've been told. Speak them soft and speak them bold. Unify and rectify the lost parts of your heart. I'm going to sing your soul song and bring you home, and remind you that in your darkness, you are loved. In your grief, you are loved. In your aloneness, you are loved. In your silence,
Oh, wow.
my grandmother and her grandmother and her grandmother before wrap you in a shawl of song and story, reflecting back the glory of all that you are. We sing from the moon, we sing from the stars, we sing healing to mend all your wounds and your scars. I'm gonna blow a soul sound into you, child. I'm gonna blow a soul sound into your soul. I'm gonna weave the words that I've been told. Speak them soft and speak them bold. Unify and rectify the lost parts of your heart.
Wow. Can we just do like this right now towards Amanda in her frame? Wow, Amanda, thank you so much. We receive and we give you a standing ovation.
Yes.
I want you to hold on to what Amanda just spoke into this space.
Mm.
Blowing a soul sound, weaving those words, powerful words that her grandmother spoke. Um, we all have powerful words that have been spoken into our souls. I have just actually put together a book with a good friend of mine, Rebecca Now, and this is a best-selling international anthology in her power and her wisdom. And these stories have 23 women of where they have gone through some things. And just like what Amanda's grandmother spoke to her, wonder what she had been through to pull that power and that wisdom forward and then blow that back into Amanda's soul. That's what I want us to pull from today, coming after the day after the election. What are you pulling from right now? What's in your soul? What story will you tell later to your grandchildren of what this moment feels like? And when we can turn it into something that will benefit us later, it really helps to disarm the trauma and remove some of the hurt and pain. That's the beauty of the arts. And that's where we pull from our healing. See, I had a great grandmother like that too, and my grandmother. But my great grandmother in particular was born in 1910. And she was the person that cooked all the time, every day in our family, a good meal. And I remember some words that she would blow into my soul. And she would say, how you start out is how you end up. If we start out on hurt and pain, we'll end up there. But if we start out today, the first day after the news, we start out on healing, we'll end up on healing. So let's be intentional about our journey and where we're going. I don't have time to frown and be sad and be hurt and get stuck with those types of feelings because they don't serve me when I have somewhere to go. Another thing that my great grandmother would say all the time, too, every now and then, I love when she would do this. She would ask us individually, what do you have a taste for? What do you have a taste for? What is it that's inside of you that has a craving for something? What is it that you desire to eat? So I'm going to ask you to pull out your piece of paper now, your pen and paper. And I want you to just take a minute to write down the senses, what you see, taste, touch, hear, smell. Everything that we feel through our senses, it wakes up something in the inside. The senses reaches in, not out. So I want you right now to tell me, what is it that you see? When you see it, it brings you joy. It could be a person. It could be, I mean, it could be anything. What is it that when you see it? Now, if I was answering this for my husband, he probably would say money. But I would like to think that we're a little bit more creative than that. But when you see it, it just automatically brings you unexplainable joy. See it. When you taste it, what is it that when you taste this one thing, oh, it awakens your senses in such a way that it makes you almost close your eyes and just savor the taste on your tongue to the roof of your mouth. It makes you think about, oh my gosh, I don't even want to ever just not have access to this. What is that when you taste it? And there is no such thing as, oh, that's silly, or I don't want to say that out loud, because this is the good news. Everything we're going to do in this next hour, it's all about you. That's why this is a big old U for ungone, because the art is the medicine that sits inside of you. And we are going to awaken the medicine so that you can be healed. And you will know the skills and the tools and techniques that you can just pull out from the inside when you need it to heal yourself. So what is that thing when you taste it? Wait till you hear what mine is. You're really gonna laugh. What about when you touch something? What is it that when you touch it, it gives you a sense of safety, or maybe even the sense of rest and relaxation? What is it when you touch it? What's the sound when you hear it? When you hear that sound, it takes you somewhere, maybe back to your childhood. It may even take you back to that day of your greatest celebration. It could even take you back to a place that you only visited once, but you heard that sound. And if you've never heard it again, you'll never forget it. But it was a sound that when you hear it again, it makes you feel good. What is that sound? What does it sound like? And last but not least, what's that smell? Go ahead and just sniff the air right now so that your mind can get in alignment with what we're asking right now. What is that smell? It takes you somewhere back in your memory. Even if others didn't find that smell to be appealing, but to you, it was everything. What did it remind you of? I'm going to share mine first, and then we're going to go around, and I would like to hear at least a couple of you all share yours. When I see my grandson, and he lives with me most of the time during the week, and then he goes home with his mom on the weekends. But it doesn't matter. When I see him, the moment I see him, I just feel love. When I taste red lobster, it's like my favorite thing to eat. And when I saw on the news one day that they were saying they're going to be closing some of the restaurants of Red Lobster, I cried because I've been eating Red Lobster since I was a little girl. My first birthday party when I was 5 was at a Red Lobster. And it just brings me so much joy when I eat there. When I touch my bed, I don't care what time of day it is, but when I crawl up in that bed and I feel the bed, it feels like it's giving me a hug. And then I'm excited about the rest that I know I'm about to receive. When I hear silence, my life sometimes can be so chaotic. And sometimes there's so much noise that can be happening around me that when everyone is gone, my husband's at work, my grandson's at school, I turn off everything. I don't hear anything. I just sit in silence. And then I can hear the voice of the Lord and my creation comes forward. When I smell gasoline, It reminds me of being a little girl and that we were about to go on some type of little long road trip. My grandfather would always gas up the car. And so the smell of gasoline meant that we were about to go somewhere special. And still to this day, when I smell gasoline, I feel like I'm about to go somewhere,
Mm,
somewhere special.
mm, mm.
I've had times where I've had a bad day and I will go and pump gas just so I can feel better. Now, I'm not putting the hose up to my nose. I don't want you to think that's the kind of stuff I'm doing. It's nothing like that. But it just brings me back to a good mental place of childhood. So, who would like to come off of mute real quick and share their five?
I
Abby?
can.
Oh, I love the fact that everybody's like, yeah, me. So,
Yeah.
Sylvia, you want to go first?
Sure. What the site is anytime I get away from the computer and I go out into nature, the joy I feel in my heart is it feels like possibility, hope, and it's all there. Um, the what was the second one? The
Taste.
taste.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my grandmother's secret circle cake. That is, and the dough, the cake is just divine. Um, and then
Touch.
touch is another human being, to feel the warmth of another human being, especially a child, the skin, the face, just the touch of another human being. And then sound, laughter, laughter, especially kids.
Wow. And what about smell?
My grandma's cake. It takes me right back.
I love that. I love that. I love that so much. Wow. Thank you so much. Okay.
Sure.
Who else had their hands up?
Hmm?
Okay. Yes, Gail.
Yeah, I love this exercise. Well, I love to morning glories. See, when I see morning glories, I remember the purple morning glories on my mother's fence and outside the house in the backyard. And but there's also all the beautiful trees and nature where I live, and all of it brings me a lot of joy.
Mm.
And what do I love to taste? My homemade soup.
Oh,
There's nothing as good as my soup. My vegetable soup.
I'm coming over.
I know.
Yeah.
We're
You're
gonna
always,
have vegetable soup, red lobster, and grandma's cake.
oh
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Oh boy. What a menu. What a great menu. And what do I love to touch? Well, my cat. He's so soft. And, I just love touching his silky fur and stroking him. Here, well, I'm in love with so much music. I don't even know where to go with that. But I mean, and right now I can't think of any of my favorite songs.
Pink champagne martini.
Yes, Christy. Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, Pink Martini.
Okay.
Dance to that.
I would have thought that would have been under taste, but okay.
You would think so, wouldn't
No,
you?
it's the
Oh,
band.
It's
It's a
the
they're
band
song.
great,
called
It's
the
the
Pink.
great
song.
band, just terrific. And let's see, what else was left? Smell. Yeah, well, a couple of things. One is I love the smell of anointing oil.
Mm.
And thanks to Christy, because we used to do these anointings a lot when we got together in person. And I keep some handy, and sometimes like before going somewhere, or even tonight before coming on, I do a little self-anointing, and the scent of it just takes me into a sacred space.
Mm.
So that's probably my favorite scent in the whole world, along with horse sweat. I
That's
grew up on a
different.
farm, and we rode horses, and I love the smell of horse sweat. Don't ask me. I just do.
It's kind of like my gasoline. There's no judgment, just love. Well, that is so awesome. Well, thank you both for sharing out loud. But what I want us all to hear, as we all shared something that we love to eat. We all shared something from our childhood. We all even shared something that to someone else may sound a little, oh, I don't know if I would. It doesn't matter. It's what makes me feel good. And it's okay to own those feelings, because just like right now, there are people that are feeling good today, and there are some that are not. And it's okay to allow them to own those feelings. It's all a part of healing, and it's all a part of connecting. This next part, I want you all right now to just briefly, if you don't mind, if you could just go with me and just close your eyes. Just want you to close your eyes. And this is where I'm asking you that as we continue to tap into our inner healing, that we remove race, creed, religion, gender, and sex. Please only allow every part of your participation from this moment on. Just allow it to come from your heart. I'm going to ask you again to remove your race, your creed, your religion, your gender, and your sex. Now you may open up your eyes. Now look at each other. We're all the same. See each other in the frame. When you see me, see you. When I see you, I see me. I just see humans. Do you see what I see? I no longer see differences. I only see us as the same. There's absolutely nothing that divides us. Only humanity is uniting us. And this is how I want to see you as we continue. And it's good to know that you look as cute as I do. It's so important that we ground ourselves. And we start by just being honest about how we feel, right? Because a deep discomfort with oneself can lead to all types of unhealthy addictions, right? Like food and alcohol and drugs, and even being addicted to people and to gambling. So it's important for us to truly, truly ground ourselves. Again, I say to you, a deep discomfort with oneself can lead to all types of addictions. See, a lot of times when we start noticing people's unhealthy addictions, that's what we put the blame on. But really underneath it all, there's a discomfort that they have with themselves. So the more that you can work on you and you can accept yourself, and the healthier you are from the inside, then it will keep you from connecting or feeling like you need these things that falsely give you coping mechanisms. They're so false. But the deeper connection is you to you. You accepting you. Introducing myself to me. So, where I want to take us now, I just want to know how you feel. So, if you can just in one word describe how you feel. Just one word. And so I'm going to start with you, Christy.
Sad.
Okay. Amanda.
Contemplative.
Say that again, please.
Contemplative.
You know, because you are a poet, you come up with words I haven't even heard before. I explain that one, even though I said one word, but I need an explanation.
That means contemplation, contemplating. I feel in
Okay.
a state of contemplation.
Okay, got it. Okay. Gail.
Sad.
Okay. Dan.
Calm.
Diana.
Resolve.
Sylvia.
Seeking.
Well, my one word is creative. Creative. I also want to remind us right now, first of all, thank you all so much for your bravery and your honesty about how you're really feeling. And I want us to also be reminded that trauma is transferable, and so is healing. And if we make the choice right now to heal, you will begin to feel something different in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. But if you stay within the frequency of what we've been told in the media today, you stay on that frequency, then you very well may still be on that trajectory of disappointment, leading you to hurt and sadness. I don't have time to be that. One man's job will not define and determine who I am, whose I am, and why I am. He was hired to do a job today. Good luck for him. But I have a calling on my life that I also have to do. And I did my civic duty by going out and voting for the person that I was hoping to get the job, but she didn't get it. But it doesn't mean that she still doesn't have a job to do. And so therefore, I am going to stay in that realm of creativity, because as long as I have an opportunity to wake up and create an opportunity to help somebody else, to save somebody else, to make somebody else feel better, I'm going to do my job as well. We have choice. And healing is not a one and done. It becomes a way of life. And you have to decide to do this every single day. What is it you want to do? All right. Now,
Can I
yes,
say
sure you can.
Well, I've been feeling so sad and really terrible all day today. And I didn't even realize when you gave us that exercise that was so much fun, I didn't realize that I had slipped into joy and fun. And then when I realized that, oh my God, I don't feel sad and awful anymore. It shocked me. It was like, what happened? So
Yeah.
I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Thank you so much for saying that. And
Yeah.
that's why these tools and techniques are so needed, and they do work, because it allows our mind to take a choice for us to go on that healing journey versus staying over here watching TV and becoming even more and more sunk into the feelings of sadness or hurt and pain or disappointment. All right, now this is where you're going to get up, and this is where you're going to have some more fun, Gail. All right. I need everyone to go into their own personal spaces and find one item that you can come back and explain to us why that item brings you joy. Go find your item. You have exactly 1 minute, and I'm watching. Okay?
You got an instrument.
Diana, you already know you're going to be first because you came back first. And I'm starting to think that you picked Dan's item because it took him so long to come back. Did you grab his item?
No.
Okay. As soon as everyone comes back, I will call you all to introduce your items in the order that you came back. I'm sure Sylvia probably went outside since she said she loves the outdoors to go pick a flower. All right. Well, we'll give Sylvia some time, but let's.
Oh, me? I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, okay.
Sorry, I was
No, no.
stretching.
No, you're fine. All right. So Diana, it didn't take you long at all. So I'm very curious to know.
So
What?
this I've had for years. My son who's now 29 knitted this for me in a Waldorf school when he was about 5. And it's, obviously because my son knitted it, but I was so shocked that I couldn't knit, but he made this and he did such an incredible job for like a 5-year-old. I couldn't believe it. And so I've had it, and he's almost 30. And I tried to give it back to him so he would have it. And he was like, no, Mom, it obviously brings you so much joy. You keep it.
That is so nice. Okay. Does the doll have a name?
It doesn't. And it doesn't have a face. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Waldorf dolls, but they don't have, it's like, that's for the child to imagine the face. But I never named it, but I don't know why, but I just didn't.
The no name, no face doll. I love that. So where do you keep it? Because you grabbed it so fast.
Well, I keep it in my office in a chair, in my little, the chair I really like to sit in to do like quiet reading and work. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. All right, Dan, you came back in second. So what did you grab?
Okay, well, this is interesting. So this is my item.
Oh,
Oh.
good. I love that. You know what's interesting? Dan, you want to know what my item is? It's
What?
this.
All right, right on.
Yeah. So
Right.
we're all about the instruments.
This is interesting because so I grew up playing this, and when I was thinking of sounds, this is something that came to me because it's so deep in my sort of bones and my audible memory. But I'm aware of that the word trumpet has the word Trump in it.
Oh.
and so yeah, but get this. So the word Trump really means to like I got you.
Yeah.
I'm better than you. I'm trumping you.
Yeah.
But to trumpet, and I actually looked it up, is to proclaim widely and loudly. For example, the next day, these people in this forum on a Zoom call trumpeted the birth of a new nation and a new day. So we're trumpeting this.
It's all about creativity and perspective.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you so much for bringing that in. That's awesome. All right, Gail, what about you?
It's Galia, actually.
Galia. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just shortened your name. I apologize.
It's okay. I'll answer anything. Okay, so this is my little fox.
That's so
And-
cute.
And he sits on my computer desk right here, and he's just there with that friendly, alert little look all the time. I think he's the cutest thing. And he wasn't, no one gave him to me. I found him in a store and I just fell in love with him.
Well, I see why.
It's
He
from
is
me to me.
he is very, very cute. But I just knew, Gelia, you was going to go and grab your cat. I was waiting for you to come back with your cat. But
Well, he's dozing on the bed and I didn't want to disturb him. So
that's okay. We'll take the fox. All right. Thank you so much, Amanda.
So, following on, I brought
oh,
my
another one.
Oh,
Teapot.
Oh,
Wow.
it's the okay. I thought it was
that's
like
so cute.
Oh, no. So this is Miss Piggywinkle, and this is from the Beatrix Potter books. But I bought this as a gift for me, and I don't often do that, so that's also kind of special because I was going to get my son's painting from the wall, but I couldn't lift it, and I thought no. So this was underneath it, and whenever I have a cup of tea in this, and the smiley face, and just the I just so my fox, I think, would get on very well. The two of them would get on very well anyway.
That is so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that. Wow. All right, Christy.
Well, I don't know if you can see this. This is a new picture of my grandson with his baby sister. And
Oh,
he's
yes.
just, he hasn't come over to my house yet and seen that I put this up because I want to have pictures around my house showing him loving his family because he's going through some trauma right now. And so I just thought I'll put pictures up. And then so I just wanted to acknowledge the grandmothers in the room and those that help grandmother other people. Because I think the return of the grandmother and the wisdom of the grandmother is so critical to
So
this
critical.
peace and this
So
healing.
yes, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And they both are so adorable. Thank you for sharing, Christy. All right, last but not least, Sylvia, what did you
Okay. Well, what took so long is I was also my favorite things are anything my kids or grandkids made, but there's so much. And I couldn't pick just one because then, yeah, the others. Okay, so I picked something entirely different. This was next to my crib when I was a baby,
Oh,
and it's still next to my bed to this day. It's been glued together a couple times, but it reminds me of my childhood, which was very special. So I love that one.
that is so, so very sweet. And thank you all. Thank you all for sharing. And so again, once again, you see how through our mindfulness, through activity, we're able to allow ourselves to just relax and relieve ourselves from some of the chaos and all of the noise that's happening in the world. Every time each of you all spoke about your item, you couldn't speak about it without joy, without smiling, without taking yourself back to why it brings you so much joy and love. You know, now remember I said I like to sit in silence, but when no one's here, I'm playing this little thing and I can't even play, but it's the fact that it just gives me it reminds me of just music. I'll hit one note and then all of a sudden I'll start to write a song. It's like a pitch pipe, right? And so that leads us to where we are right now. Okay. So last but not least, then what we're about to do right now is that I want you to really pay attention to the item that you've chosen. And then I want you to remember what Amanda's piece was about earlier, about the grandmother just speaking about, I'm going to blow a soul sound into you, child. What would you like to say about that piece that you've chosen? You can make this poetry or you can make it a song, whatever it is. But I want us to take about 5 minutes and I want us to write about what brings that peace that brings you joy. Now that you've given us all the visual, we even heard you and seen you describe it. Now I want you to write about that particular piece. So let's take about 5 minutes to do that. And like I said, you can make it a song or you can make it a piece of poetry, whichever you prefer. All right, who would like to go first?
I can go first since I showed my doll first.
Okay.
Okay. An awe-inspired surprise that brought joy to and relief to my mama heart for my son as he was declared on the spectrum. With just a turn of the life lens, is actually a deep soul and gifted artist.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. It's beautiful.
Spoken like a mama.
All right. And Dan, would that be you then if we're going to stay in order?
Okay. Well, I don't know how the sound comes out. So I just had you said song. And so I thought, well, let's move the song through the trumpet here. So this is improv on
Okay.
The Great Reveal.
No, it's not coming through.
Not coming through.
And
I was going to say, can you record it and send it?
Okay.
That would be great.
Was doing just a little riff, kind of a minor riff. And I started to get the song Motherless Child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
Motherless child. Wow.
That was the song that started to move through me.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. And was one of my favorite songs too. Okay. Gelia?
Okay, so I turned it into a song. It's not good enough for poetry. So, little fox, you make me smile. My day is brighter, my step is lighter. Thank you, little fox.
I love that. I love that. I love that so much. Little fox, you make me smile. My
Yeah.
day is brighter.
My day
a
is
little
brighter,
light-
my step is lighter.
Little fox.
Thank you, little fox.
I love it. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let's see who was next. And then Amanda, then Christy, then Sylvia.
Reminding of this beautiful Miss Tiggy Winkle. Um, Oh, Miss Tiggy Winkle, you hold my tea, my heart and my sanity. First sip I take from your fulsome body reminds me to come into my body. First thing in the morning when I start yawning, you'll awake me with that special brew that warms me up. And I don't need no sweetener, it's your sweet face that lights me up with joy. Thank you, Miss Tiggy Winkle, you sprinkle my day with love.
Wow.
Beautiful.
It's really
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I
Now,
love little
if
teapot,
you
little Miss
if you
Teapot.
have figured out why we use the arts, this is the reason being. You always going to discover a fabulous artists in the workshop.
Yeah.
Misty Winkle. I love it. Yes. All right, Christy.
So I wrote a poem to go along with the picture for my grandson.
Yeah.
As you lay cuddling with your baby sister, remember you are the love you give her. The love you give her brings you peace. Nestled in your arms, she feels safe, sleeping. You bring safety because you are safe. You are love. Jima. That's what they call me. They call me Jima.
Wow, that is so beautiful. That's so beautiful. I can hear you already when he comes over and sees that you probably will read that to him.
Yeah.
He sees the picture. Beautiful. All right, Sylvia.
Okay, it's from my little childhood thing. And it just activated some memories. So I went, oh, the innocence, the creativity and magic of childhood when life was so simple and felt so safe.
Wow, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I'll do mine real quick. Mine was with my little harmonica. When I sit in silence, I blow the harmonica for sound. I can hear my creativity coming forth when no one is around. I can feel my breath blowing. I start to release my trauma without anyone else knowing. It's the sound of my healing bond. Sound pitch is something high, sometimes it's low. The sound can be loud when I blow. The sound of healing, I'm going to blow now all around town. Because I really do believe we need healing all around town right now. And I wish I had more time to kind of take you all through some of the other tools and techniques that we do at Ungun Institute. But I would like to think that you at least know that what we do is it is fun. Ungun is fun. Sometimes when we just hear the word, we think that it's heavy. We're talking about healing and we're talking about trauma, but working on yourself and elevating yourself through creativity really is fun. So, if nothing else, I hope that after today, you realize that you can use fun to create what you need to be well and to heal from the inside out. I am Dr. Marty Casey with Ungun Institute, and it's been an honor and a pleasure, along with Amanda and all of you all, creating in this space, especially after yesterday.
Well, now I can see. I so appreciate what you've just contributed to the space. And now I want everyone, just for a moment, to imagine Michael Brown has been shot in Ferguson, and Marty lives 10 minutes away from Ferguson, Missouri. And she organizes a whole ungun artist experience with over 2,000, 500 families. She didn't take a dime for it, and she just went and had them immerse into the art, into this expression of play, and tapping into the creative energy, the creative.
But again, I just want to thank you all for coming in today. I wish we had more time, but if there's any questions that you all would like to ask regarding healing or disarming the trauma in the moment, it really is, if you want me to just share with you what I just did, it's interactive mindfulness. And that is just really just helping to create activities to move the mind away from the trauma.
So I'm sorry, I just got booted out for some reason.
So
Can
I
you-
just opened it up for
We
questions.
can hear you well.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you, Marty. It was wonderful. And I cannot believe that I feel so much better. It's like a miracle. I've just been in the jumps all day and
Yeah.
now I'm lifted. So I really get what you're doing and how absolutely instantly therapeutic it's been for me. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I loved it. I loved it.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad. And thank you for saying that. Thank you. That lifts my spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. Very wonderful. Yeah, can't. So, and when you told me, you warned me, you said it would be fun because I remember people were saying, like, well, I don't want to go to trauma healing because it sounds like I have to go through trauma.
Mhm.
It's like some kind of traumatic tool that will be used to,
Right,
but,
right.
but really it's really returning to the joy. It's returning to that childhood innocence and our in our innate nature, our actual the truth of who we are. So
It's art in action.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's right. So
Also, I
And
loved it because it's not bypassing trauma. It's recognizing that there's joy even with trauma as
yeah,
well. And so that's that that duality and that the fact that you can have both is beautiful and refreshing. And what I loved, Dr. Martis, is your passion is so gloriously infectious that every time I just hear you emphasize whatever it is, I'm like, yes, yes. So we say that, a smile's infectious, but also, passion and expression. And what I loved seeing everybody who was on here today was everyone's expression in their faces. That just made me smile automatically. That was the infectious joy for me as well, because it's 3:30 in the morning, my end. So you've kept me smiling.
Love that. Love that. And the fact that we're all laughing, that tells me that Sylvia is happy right now. She's hearing laughter. She says that's what she enjoys. So, anyone else with a comment or a question before I do the very last thing and then I'm out? Any,
I've heard that joy is our greatest resistance.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
Like an
that's
act of
An
resistance.
active resistance.
yeah,
Stay
yeah.
joyful. I think sometimes when we have trauma or grief, we feel guilty to also simultaneously have joy.
Diana, you're kind of like stepping on the last little thing that I'm
Oh,
about.
okay. I won't say
No,
anything.
no, no. That's good. It just lets me know that we're in tune, that we're
Okay.
really in tune. And it's been such a joy through this series that Christy has created and invited us all to be a part of, with the four of us, if you will. It's been a joy to work with individuals who really understand this work and get it. And I feel like Christy, can we just thank you for
oh,
bringing us all together, because I feel like this is something that can continue to be created and go into spaces and places to help for a time such as this. All of America needs this right now. And they
yeah,
may not meet us in Zoom, but maybe we need to meet them where they are. We may need to get on a bus and meet somewhere and go and invite them to come to be a part of this type of interactive healing series with what we all have done collectively. Something to talk about later. But I just want to say that is joy. And so remember what I said, my grandmother said, how you start off is how you end up. And it's all a choice, right? Trauma's transferable, and so is healing. So now I'm going to ask you, what is one word that describes how you feel right now? The one word that describes how you feel right now. Amanda.
Elated.
Very good. Dan.
Inspired.
Diana,
Relaxed.
Sylvia,
Connected.
Galia,
Joyful.
Christy.
Double joyful.
My word is grateful.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank you all. And as you can see, when we first came in, we were connected to the trauma. And before we leave, we're now connected to healing.
Yeah.
And each other.
And each other. All right, back to you, Christy, turning it over.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I'm just grateful to everyone. I also want to invite everyone to come to the Awakening World show, a part of the globalpeacetribe.com, because next Saturday at 6 o'clock, they are doing a, a, a collective experience with a lot of healers to deal with the outfall. So it's going to be like another bump to elevate spirit. Wonderful musicians, Omar Shar and Larissa Stowe, and I really appreciated the work that Scott's been doing to bring the global community together. So as we continue to build a global community for a world living in love, and a world that feels our feelings, but it also acknowledges that we have this innate nature, the truth of who we are, the joy that we are. So, and thank you so much, Dr. Marty Casey. I will so love and appreciate you and everything you're doing. And I understand also, I didn't know, please, there's an 81-day dance challenge going on. What day are we on?
Yeah, well, it just started last Friday when I opened up my one woman show. And so Summer Joy actually started this fundraiser for my company, Ungun, so that we can help other individuals disarm from the trauma. Just like honestly, today I had a speaking engagement Saturday. And I met a 12-year-old young lady who's really struggling with her emotions, and I could just see it on her. And we were in I was the keynote, and we were in a room with about 1,000 people in this room, and this young lady happens to be there with her church. But I could not ignore what I was actually seeing as a healer. You know, you all know that we
Yeah.
feel and we see things, and sometimes it's right in that moment we need to speak to it. So to make a long story short, I gave word to the people that she was with and said, please have her mother contact me. And so I want to gift this young lady with 5 free sessions to work with me on Zoom, so that I can help to ungun her, because suicide is truly on her, is on her spirit. And so through raising money through for Ungun Institute allows me to do those types of things. So the dance challenge started last Friday, and it will go all the way to Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, January 5th. And so there's
And is it being shown on One World, or where?
well, well, what it is, Summer at 11:11 Pacific time every day. We come on and we dance for 30 minutes. And
Right.
and my doctor also said I needed to dance for 30 minutes, get my heart rate up. So
All right.
that's why we do those 30 minutes.
Great playlist.
Yeah, exactly. But if you want to donate to Ungun Institute, anyone can actually find that on the GoFundMe that we set up. So
Right.
that's
Very
helping
good.
the community.
And
Thank
then Dan and Diana, I want to know if you have any closing comments you guys would like to make.
Oh, you're asking us?
Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to give a note of appreciation for the process and what's striking me. So as a man, I think that masculine socialization tends to want to limit a man's and a boy's expression of joy and of sort of more positive emotions. You know, it's acceptable to express anger. And I think that creating a culture, a circle of people that is holding space for joy, that maybe is a little bit more oriented towards the feminine aspect, love, peace, happiness, those are qualities that are generally maybe more held by the feminine. In the election, you could see Kamala holding joy, whereas her opponent was often holding, anger and vitriol, and so I appreciate this process in making it permissible for men to be able to feel joy.
Absolutely. And joy is an inside job. And so therefore, you really don't owe anyone an explanation for what it is that you need to make yourself feel better. And what I loved about Dan, you being in this space, is that you did it your own way. You picked up your trumpet, you wrote a song, so it didn't shift or change who you are as a man. Did what you needed as a man to display what makes you smile.
Yeah. And so I just thank everyone for joining with us tonight and supporting and allowing yourself to find out more about Dr. Marty's work and send it to your friends, the replay, so that she can get her messages out, because I love what she's doing, and so I appreciate everything. Sylvia, do you want to say one more in closing?
Not really. I mean, just that I am also full of appreciation. It was good to hear other human voices going through and articulating their feelings and getting away from everything we were just watching. So I really feel great having been together with all of you and realizing you're not alone in this journey.
And thank you so much, Galia. I'm so glad you were willing to come on, because I know when I told you we're doing drama healing, you go, I don't want to do drama healing, right? So thank God you came in.
Yeah, that was my reaction, right?
Yeah,
Nothing like I thought it would be. I
do that all the time.
I thought it was for Christy, right? Yeah.
And Amanda, your poem was so beautiful, and I'm so glad. Hopefully now you can go to bed and get some sleep. But thank you so much for joining us all. We really blessings to everybody.
So Diana has.
I just wanted to say that the experience, Marty, was so simple but so profound. How quickly we kind of got out of our emotions and heads and whatever, and we're able to go there. And so it's like I said, simple but really profound. So
I'm
thank
glad
you.
Said that, because that's one of the things that we share all the time, is that we give everything a kiss. We keep it simple and safe. Why? Because drama, trauma, chaos, that's also complicated. And it's also so hard to reverse that. And so we want to make sure that the medicine that we prescribe in our own way, if you will, that it is very simple to digest. So thank you.
Yeah. And we will be on again next Wednesday night for our last in our series, which is called Discovering the Divine in You. And it's really to have the deeper organic conversation of how do we move forward? What is emerging that wants to be expressed, that we can contribute to a world living in love? Because all of us on this call are very heart-centeredly devoted to this. And so it's just, I remember Marianne Williamson used to say, we need to have a deeper conversation. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be involved in a much deeper conversation. So maybe we'll hear a trumpet sound again. You can trumpet in the new earth, right? We'll get the recordings, then make it go original sound for it to work. But anyway, thank you so much. I love all of you, and I so
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
so
you.
appreciate your
Thank you,
willingness.
Dr. Marty.
And I feel so much better now.
Me too.
we
Me
we
too.
got
Yeah.
undone, as they say.
Right.
Bye
Well,
bye.
good
Thank you. Good
night,
night.
You all. Thank you.
you.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long way from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. A long